Okay. And I don't think I totally understood your question. What was your, how would I help to do what?
Because like a lot of people, like we have a lot of people that stand up in leadership, but they don't lead by example. Especially when it comes to the inner city communities and the poverty issues. How do you plan to be an inspiration or enlightenment with that community, to those communities?
Well, first of all, that's a good question. First of all, let me say first and foremost, I love my city, and I care about my city. My wife and I, who are residents of Baltimore City, and I'm a lifelong resident. We could choose to live anywhere, and we choose to live in Baltimore City primarily because we love the city. My wife, who has been a principal in the Baltimore City public school system, I myself, who I've worked as a police officer. We've also served the citizens of Baltimore, and I believe, from a leadership perspective, that you just do the things that make a difference. You do things that are measurable. I love the city. That's why I had no problem when the call was put out for men to come down to a rec center and help out and do some painting. I had no problem with rolling up my sleeves and going in there and taking an old bookcase, an old wooden bookcase that was scratched and dented and partly in disrepair, and helping to put it back in repair and bringing it to life and putting some color to it and making it attractive for a child to want to walk over there and pull a book off of that bookcase. I had no problem with rolling my sleeves up when the call came for the 300-man march. It wasn't just about a march. I had no problem with saying I stand in solidarity with other men in our city, because we are in a period of crisis right now when it comes to violence. I have no problem, with engaging young people. That's why I created the Classroom to Capital Initiative, where I take students in high school down to Annapolis and middle school so they can experience the legislative process, so that they can see why they become stakeholders once they finish school, how they're impacted by the laws that are passed and the legislation that's passed, and why they need to take serious the folks that we elect into office. And so those are just a number of things that I do. And I hope that by doing these things, the young people who see these things taking place, that this is an example for them, and so that they do emulate. Because guess what? A lot of what I do in my life right now are things that were demonstrated in front of me when I was a young man. Civic engagement, civic involvement, involved in community, not necessarily making a couple of bucks and having to run away from where I'm from and not staying to help out with the condition and circumstances of the people who grew up around me. In terms of how Baltimore City is handling the population of individuals, I'm not fully versed on how Baltimore City is handling the population, but let me say this to you. Again, I'll talk about the foreclosure workshop. The one thing we want to do is we want to save people's homes, and we want to save people's homes for a number of reasons. First of all, it has a direct impact on our tax base and our revenue in our city. Secondly, our communities thrive when we have homeowners and we have people who are able to maintain their homes. I will tell you what my opinion is. My opinion is that in a city where there are 30,000 vacants, it's almost unbelievable that homelessness is a problem. And so I do believe that we have to examine how we're going to eradicate this problem of homelessness, because I don't think any of our citizens should be in a situation where they're out on the street. I personally know